engaged in wrongdoing would enjoy immunity. That's absurd. What I did say is that when federal law enforcement officers violate the law, that is typically something that federal officials would look into. We don't want these guys to have kangaroo courts. We want them to actually have real due process, real investigation, because again, sometimes they're accused of wrongdoing, and it turns out when you learn the context, they didn't actually do anything wrong. But of course, we're going to investigate these things. Of course, we're investigating the Renee Good shooting, but we're investigating them in a way that respects people's rights. And
I love JD Vance, but I feel very, very uncomfortable about how that lady was shot. I know the officer was previously dragged down the road by a car and he has previous scars from a similar incident, but that does not mean you can just shoot a woman in the head. I feel very uncomfortable with what happened in that situation. I respect what they're doing, I agree with it, everything, but it does not sit right with me that you are shooting a mother of three in the head in a situation like that. It is completely unwarranted. The woman had no weapons. She was just in her car, erratic, fair enough. That does not mean you shoot a woman in the head. But I love JD, I love Trump, and I know what they're doing is right, but that does not sit well with me.
it ensures that if somebody did something wrong, yes, they're going to face disciplinary action, but we're not going to judge them in the court of public opinion. I've spoken at length on this particular case. I think that Renee Good's death is a tragedy. I also think that she rammed an ICE officer with her car. So the tragedy here is multi-layered. The tragedy is there was a misunderstanding. The tragedy is that Renee Good lost her life. The tragedy is that you have ICE officers who are going into communities where they're worried that if they call 911, no one's going to come to help them.